Hello guys, and welcome back to Technical Magic. So today I'm doing a quick review on the Samsung Chromebook 3. So I did a video on this a few years ago, and the video is at like 3,000 views, but the video quality completely sucked, so I thought I would do an updated review. And this one's going to be a lot quicker, since I'm using Adobe Rush, the editing software, so this video should be a lot better than the previous one. So looking at the ports here, on the right side of the device, we have a USB-A input and a 3.5mm headphone jack for listening to audio. There is nothing on the front, there is nothing on the back, just the hinge. On the left side though, you have the charging port, which I'll get to in a minute. There is a problem there. You have one LED light to indicate charging. You have another USB-A, an HDMI port, a micro SD slot. So what I'll do is I can take this and put it into my GoPro and then take out all the media and put it in here and use it. So that is everything for the ports. You have two USB-As, an HDMI SD, and the charging port. I said that there was a problem with the charging port, and I guess that it's less of the charging port itself and more of the charging cord. So I have the charging cord right here, and this isn't the one that it came with. I actually had to buy a new one because there's a problem with it. The problem, as you can see, this is the charging port. Now, if I show you here for comparison, this is an HDMI. This is the charging. You can see that it's quite small. In fact, it's pretty comparable to the head of a nail. It is extremely small for a charging port. And the problem with that is that it breaks very easy. So this is just, normal metal, but the problem is since it's so thin, it'll bend and break very easy, which is exactly what happened to me. So over time, this going in and out, it starts to bend the end of this port, and eventually mine snapped off. Ask me why, but I actually still have the piece of when it broke off. I only have it because I remember where it broke. But as you can see at the end here, it's just, it just snapped off. So what I had to do is I had to go on Amazon and spend like $17 to buy a new charging cable, which is very annoying. I would like my charging cable to last as long as the laptop did, but it did not. So that's one of the cons. Another con is the video camera on here. And I wouldn't call it a video camera. On the front here you can see that there is in fact a little camera, but I would less of call it a camera with two microphones, which I don't know. If you're gonna be doing a Zoom meeting, I guess it works, but it's comparable to a potato, so I would recommend using my smartphone, which is what I'm currently using for this video. I think the video looks pretty good. Never use your Chromebook for the video, but I don't know, whatever you have to do to make YouTube videos, I guess. Anyway, that is 3 of the main cons. Battery life also isn't great, but I think this will run you about $100 now. I haven't checked the exact prices. I will put some updated pricing right here for this laptop. I believe it's about $100, but I'm not quite sure. I got this personally for $100 on Black Friday a few years ago, but this is a few years old, so I'm assuming at this point, like I said, just look at the text. So also, like I said, the battery life isn't great. It is a Chromebook after all. You shouldn't be expecting wonderful battery life. With its not so great screen and not very powerful processor, it doesn't take very much battery life. So the battery is okay, but for extended use, I wouldn't recommend it. But like I said crappy screen. Well, I wasn't joking. So the screen, as I had just brought up, is a 11.6 inch display, which is not a terrible size, to be completely honest. It's, this display is, pretty good size for a compact Chromebook. But the problem comes is that it is only a 1366 by 768 display. So if you don't know what that means, is that it's a 720p display, basically meaning that it's not very high quality. So, for example, say you're watching a YouTube video, it isn't going to look very good because it can't show very many pixels with especially for how big the display is. So it makes it look very pixelated and doesn't look great. And it does look like that. I was just trying to watch YouTube videos on it earlier. It did not look very great. And you also, if you try to run 1080p video, it struggles. It does not work. You have to have a really good connection to even run 720p video, which isn't very good. So that's the cons. So now for some of the pros, for a Chromebook of this size and price, I guess I should say, is it has 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is actually pretty good for a Chromebook of this price. It also has 16 gigabytes of internal storage, which I'm not going to put as a pro or a con because you can't put in, like I mentioned earlier, you can use a SD card or micro SD card at that. So that doesn't matter very much. If you spend, say, $15, $20 on a 64 gig SD card, well, at that point you have a lot more storage. And you can also take your data from your Chromebook from the micro SD card and put it in your phone, for example. It also has the normal 802.11 Wi-Fi, so Wi-Fi isn't really great, I'm going to be honest. Nothing about this Chromebook is specifically great, but for its price point, I would say it's worth it because, well, it's light. It's definitely light. It doesn't cost very much. Again, I'll put the price right here. And it's from Samsung, which is a pretty good, well-known company, so I don't know if that's really a pro or not, but you can expect reliability, I guess, and expect a lot of, well, reviews from people like me or, other more popular reviewers to give you tips and tricks and different reviews and stuff on it. So aside from that, it doesn't have any gaming performance whatsoever. Not even Powerline can run on it, which is a .io game. Yeah, so gaming is terrible. Media consumption is about the only thing I would really use this for, unless you're buying this for your kids or something. In that case, it's great. For a child, it's very child friendly. It's pretty easy to use. Like I said, it's very small, but it still is, it'd be good for a kid. I would have loved to have this as a kid. I guess I still am a kid, but I'm older. But yeah, if you're going to buy it for productivity, save up your money because this is not going to be well for, like video editing or image editing or just stuff like that. I wouldn't really recommend this for. But yeah, I'd say if you're getting this for yourself, get a mouse and probably a keyboard too. If you're getting this for your kid though, just make sure they're being careful with it and it'd be a great child's device. So yeah, that is my review on the Samsung Chromebook 3. I hope you enjoyed it and peace out.